What is a limited liability company? I love these questions because it may be clear to lawyers and accountants who have extensive legal training what a limited liability company is, but we often throw around these terms as though everybody understands them. And yet, there are a lot of misunderstandings associated with limited liability companies or LLCs. So first off, in order to have a limited liability company, you have to actually have an LLC registered in a state. It requires registration. Once you have that registration in place, it does have to be maintained. Usually you have to do an annual filing to renew it. Now, if you miss that annual filing, many states have a safe harbor where you can file and pay a fee and it reactivates the company as though it had never lost its LLC status or had never been terminated. All right, so that's how you set up an LLC. But what is it? A limited liability company is a company, so a business organization that is recognized by state statutes in your state. In other words, if you're in California, you have a California LLC under California law. If you're in New York, likewise, it's under New York law. So you have a different set of rules or laws under which you are governed. So you've chosen to be governed under a set of rules for your organization, and by doing that, you get the benefit of limited liability. Well, why don't we say unlimited liability? Because you are always liable for your own acts. So let's say I have an LLC. It's a restaurant, and I have a bunch of employees. And I also work there. And I walk around as I greet the customers in the morning. I say, hey, can I get you a little more coffee? It's a little way to bring some warmth and cheer and allow customers to get to know me as a business owner. Let's say I accidentally spill some hot coffee on someone and it injures them. Let's say they then sue me and the business. Do I have a right to say, no, I'm not personally liable because I have an LLC and this was an injury that occurred at the business? No, I don't. Because liability is limited. It's not unlimited. My liability is limited, but I'm always responsible for my own conduct. Now, what kind of liability is limited? In other words, for which circumstances could the customer not sue me as the owner? The customer can't sue me if the injury was caused by another employee of the company or something that I wasn't directly involved in. Although I'm always responsible for my own conduct, if there's an injury caused by somebody else within the company is liable, but I as an owner am not necessarily liable. Now, if I'm the president of the company, I might be liable for negligent hiring or negligent supervision. So let's say, for example, I'm the owner of a bus company that picks up children and takes them to school. And I hire a bus driver and I fail to do a background check and determine that that bus driver is a sex offender. And let's say hypothetically, and this is a horrible scenario, but let's say there is a misconduct on the part of the bus driver towards the children in the bus. And the parents of the children sue me personally. On one hand, I can say limited liability. As the owner, I'm not liable. But if I'm the president of the company, I have a responsibility to not be negligent in hiring. In other words, to be reasonable in the hiring process. And if you're going to hire somebody who's going to have supervisory duties with children, it's important to run background checks on those people. So that would be a scenario where the parents could likely prevail against me, not because I'm the owner of the bus company, but because I was the president of the bus company and failed to have proper supervision or hiring processes in place to prevent a sex offender from engaging in misconduct or even serving in that role. So, what is a limited liability company? It's an organization allowed by your state law that gives you the benefit of limited liability, so you can't personally be sued as an owner, as long as you follow the rules under the LLC law in your state. If you are interested in a business owner and getting educated on common mistakes business owners make and how to avoid them yourself, you can go to aaronhall.com/free and sign up to get a number of videos and other resources to help equip you prevent problems in your business. This is for entrepreneurs, startups, business owners, CEOs. Generally, I'm thinking about companies with under 500 employees, even as few as 1 or 2. Because for you as a business owner or a future business owner, you can either prevent these problems or pay the much more expensive cost of having the problem and having to clean it up afterwards. The purpose of this YouTube channel is to help you avoid problems, grow your company, provide a great value to your customers and clients, create a great environment for the people that you work with, and experience the success that comes from having a good company built on best practices. I'm Aaron Hall, an attorney for business owners and entrepreneurs. If you have questions about any of this, feel free to put them in the comments section below.